everybody. It's your boy Jay Stan. I appreciate you guys checking back in to say less. I know it's been a while. We're back. I'm back. There's a lot of things that are going on right now that I'd love to discuss. But first, I want to introduce the show, of course. Jay Stan, one half of the dynamic duo, better known as In Retrospect podcast. And today we're going to get into a few topics that everybody has seen going on, most notably this fella right here who jumped onto the judge when he went into a probation case. And she, in my honest opinion, was talking down to him and he took matters into his own hands. Now, some folks may say that when you go to court, you need to act accordingly, and that's true. But whatever tone she took with him, it triggered him and he went off. I mean, he jumped. Like, you got to understand, like, he got some height on that jump. And this was last week. And I was like, man, I know. And it was crazy. The reaction time where everybody was terrible. Nobody was going after what was going on, which was insane to me. Like going after the guy after he jumped over to go after the judge, which was crazy. And now, as you can see, look at her holding her head, confused, baffled. I don't mean to laugh. It's not a laughing matter, but that's crazy. The fact that he could take off from behind and just jump over like that. Crazy skills. Wild to me, she issued for him to come back into her court. And let's just say they were not playing around with him this time around. They had Buddy Scrap down. I mean, oh my goodness. They got him with a muzzle on. It's not funny, but it's like, it's crazy. And then my man to the right, the man to his left, our right, as we're viewing, is ready. That is not happening again. It's just wild that things like this have to happen in order for them to strap people down when people are getting, their verdicts, because you just don't know how folks are going to react. Now, do I think this is overkill? Of course I do. I mean, look at this. He looking right into the camera. My man on the left side of him, our right, is looking upside his head like, please do something, which is insane. Like, I already knew. But as you can see, what the craziest part about this whole story is the same judge that he jumped on demanded he come back in for sentencing. And he was sentenced to like 19 to 48 months. A case unrelated to him jumping on top of the judge, which is insane. Now he faces 13 new charges because of that. All I can say, folks, is please be smart when you are in these high pressure situations. Yes, you may be triggered, but in a court of law, they're not hearing none of that. He took matters into his own hands. And some may say that this has stamped its place on the calendar for January, for the 2024 events calendar. Going to send best regards to the family. Hopefully, he gets the help that he needs. Hopefully the judge is fine as well, but I'm assuming she's fine because she asked for him to come back in. So we're going to see. But the fact they got my man suited and booted, strapped down, I just knew they were going to have him chained up after how he acted. It's unfortunate. I mean, you're not looking to see that, but you got to be careful. You can't go into a courtroom on one. And that leads me to talk about the next case that everyone was talking about a few weeks ago, and that would be the Johnathan Majors case, where he was found guilty. Now, let's talk about the most recent interview that came out, where he was asked why he asked said woman to act a little bit more like Coretta Scott King. For the folks that do not know, that is Martin Luther King's wife, late wife. It's just interesting to me that he would ask a woman who is white to act like a black woman. Yeah. So it's just really interesting to me. My thoughts personally on the whole case, everyone was shocked. Everybody was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But in a courtroom, let me say this. It's all about what you can prove, not what happened. It's all about what you can prove. And on that video, folks may say, oh, he's running, he's running. He messed up. When he grabbed that woman at the beginning of that video and prevented her from going to a different space, and I am by no means a lawyer, but who is to say when he grabbed her and put her back into the car, do we know what happened? Did he hit her? I don't know. Nobody could see. That's why her defense, well, her team, I should say, not the defense, but her team was able to paint the picture that he did what he did. Now, it's unfortunate, of course, but it does seem like, hopefully his eyes are open to understanding, like, listen, man, you got all this power in a sense of, notoriety, financial gains, but you're a target. Like the folks around you, you got to make sure that they're thorough and everybody is for you. In this case, it just makes me scratch my head because even in this interview that he had recently, it just didn't clear anything up. Nothing. But hey, man, shout out to Megan Good for coming to the rescue. That's a beautiful Black queen. And it's just really, really interesting to me how folks think that just because he was running, he wasn't wrong. Now, a lot of folks may be in different situations and don't understand that. I'm going to go back to this. When he picked her up, put her back in, you cannot prevent somebody from leaving a space. That is called kidnapping. But he didn't get a kidnapping charge, but hey, I'm just telling you, that is something that can be put towards you, and it can mess you up pretty good. So please be mindful when you're getting into these, heated debates with someone that may be getting you upset. Remember, take a breath. You're better off just walking away. And also with these text messages, be smart about the text messages as well, because you never know what's going to be used in court. You never, ever know. And, he's well off. He was able to afford a great lawyer, a great team, and everybody to help him get back on his feet. Good for him. Hopefully, Johnathan Majors moves in a great direction. It's unfortunate he was dropped by Marvel as Kang the Conqueror, but praying for that brother, as well as everybody involved with that situation. Now, as we move on and saying that, he was better off getting his lawyers, let's talk about the other folks that are not as fortunate. A lot of folks don't realize that this month is Poverty Awareness Month. And when I say Poverty Awareness Month, I want everybody to understand that, yes, you may see a homeless person, but you don't realize or understand that if you haven't ever been in a situation where you've lost a job, someone in your family has had medical issues and you got to take care of them, missing time from a job, we are not that far away from this. And when I say we are not far away from this, anybody is not far away from homelessness. It's important to remain compassionate, empathetic, and remain understanding. And the type of poverty that I'm speaking about is situational poverty. It's very common and something you or someone may have experienced. Of course, this may have been a job loss, a divorce, maybe a health crisis that caused someone to be economically or emotionally unstable, and as a sense would affect the finances. I just wanted to add that little nugget in there. So always be mindful of that. This is a real thing, and in today's economy and the state of which everything is in, please do understand that we, or the folks I should say, that are doing well now, believe me, I've been there where I've lost my job and did not know where funds were coming from. Luckily for me, my support system and my foundation got me to where I needed to be and got me back on my feet. That is not the case for everybody. So let's just be mindful of that, empathetic and understanding towards folks that you talk to, because you'd be surprised. A lot of these folks that are homeless now have been lawyers, doctors, teachers, nurses. So I'm telling you, it's not as far away as some may think. And I just want everybody to be mindful of that. And that's a real thing. So once more, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Say less. And always remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in every other Tuesday. Let's go.